Hi guys, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is, I guess it must be Saturday night. It's Super Bowl Eve. There you go. And it is 7 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and do a Facebook Live video. And I'm going to shut that sound off so that I don't have to listen to myself. My goodness, that is never a good thing. Do a little adjusting with the camera. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I see some folks are joining. Hi Debbie, hi Karen, appreciate you coming on tonight. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Hi Joni, appreciate you joining. All right, so this is the card that I gave you the sneak peek of this morning. It uses the Always in My Heart bundle, which has this stamp sets, photopolymer stamp set, which is nice because it has multiple two-step images in it, some flowers and some leaves, and some really good sentiments. Hi everybody. Hi Jean. Hi Faith. Hi Alicia, Terry, Debbie, Terry. Hey. All right, you guys are scrolling by quicker than I can read. Just know I'm saying hello to all of you and thank you so much for joining me. All right, this is a good set. It's got an anniversary sentiment in it. It's got some friendship sentiments in it. So you kind of cover the gamut from Valentine's Day to Galentine's to happy anniversary to hey, I just think you're kind of cool. And it, of course, has the wonderful floral heart dies that go with it. And the centerpiece of this is this gorgeous heart die that I have used on my card with some of the Love You Always foil sheets. I did it in Sahara Sand for this one. Now, what I like about this card is that it is also a fun fold. So this opens up like so, and you get a nice sentiment on the inside. What I really like about this fun fold is it's very cool and also really, really easy. Hey, Holly. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Linda. Appreciate y'all joining, and Carol and Barbara. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Do not worry. All of the card cuts will be on my blog tomorrow. I'm going to get a drink. Apparently, my heat has been on most of the day, like forever. So it's drying my whole place out, I guess. Just a minute. Sorry about that. That was not my intention, but fortunately I had it there or we'd had to listen to a coughing fit. All right, so I've got all of the card cuts ahead of time. The color scheme for this is Rococo Rose, Blushing Bride, and Sahara Sand. I have, basically there's two cards. I'm going to call this card 1 and this card 2, and they go together to create the fun fold. So for card 1, let me get my score simply scored out. For card 1, this is 4 1/4 long by 8 inches wide, and I'm going to score it and fold it at 5 1/2 along the long side. And then I have one, the smaller card, card 2 if you will, that is 3 3/4, also by 8, and that one I'm going to score and fold at 4 inches. And that is it. That's all there is. Hey Lenny, hope you're doing good, kid. Been cooking all day, I saw. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold this and give it a good burnish. And then we'll fold card number 1 and give it a good burnish as well. All right, so basically these two pieces fit together just like that. So now it's really just a matter of decorating. So let's go ahead. I cut some of the Love You Always Specialty DSP. That's one-sided paper, so you really only have the one option unless for some reason you run out of white and you need to use this side, which of course you can because, you know, it's yours. You can do with it as you like once you get it. All right, so I am matting everything on Sahara Sand. It's a very nice color scheme. I don't know. Obviously it is, since those are the main colors in the DSP and in the foil sheets that go along with Rococo Rose, Blushing Bride, and Sahara Sand. All right, and I'm just going ahead and getting everything matted up, okay, so that we'll have that out of the way, because it's really not very difficult to put together. You do have to do a little die cutting, but that's okay because the dies are right there. I'll show you a cool thing about this die set here in just one hot second. Okay, so everything is matted. Now we'll go ahead and put it on. Hi Michelle, hi Dancing, appreciate you joining. Hi Sue, and Catherine from Canada. All right, so I'm just gonna put this is the larger piece, and it obviously goes on the back here. Okay. Kind of trying to make it straight. Have you ever noticed that sometimes your eyeballs get not calibrated very good? You know what I mean? Like what looks straight when you're putting it on, then you look at it later and you're taking pictures, or you're looking at it to sign and send, and you're like, man, that is so crookedy. I'm going to pretend like there's an up and a down there. That looked more up than the other way. So we'll do that like so. Okay, and that's really all there is for card 1. That's what I'm calling this card, is card 1. So we'll set it aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on. And because there's plenty of bulk already, this is a card that's kind of an aberration for me, guys. Guess what? There is none of in this card. Can anybody guess? Go ahead. I'll give you a minute. I know you'll come up with it in just a second. All right, so we'll put that there like that. The only thing you have to remember is that this is not the way this card opens. This card opens this way, like so. Okay, so you need to decorate based on it opening this way. That's probably the only hard piece of the whole thing. Okay, now I've done a little die cutting ahead of time. As I told you, I used the big die in the Floral Heart die set to cut a piece of the Sahara Sand Floral Love You Always foil. And then I also used a cool little die in the set. This little dooha right here cuts out 3 flowers at a pop, which is really pretty darn handy, okay? And all of these details match some of these smaller pieces in the die set, okay? But what's kind of cool is that you can cut a couple of these at the same time as well, if you want to do that. So you can cut 2 of these at once, you can cut 2 of each of the other ones at once, and 2 of the leaves. So you can knock out a bunch of die cutting all at once, which is pretty handy. Okay, so I've done that. I did a few in Rococo Rose, and I did these 3 in Blushing Bride. So before I put this on my card base, I'm going to go ahead and adhere these little die cuts to the foil die cut. Correct dimensionals! Ding, ding, ding! There are no dimensionals anywhere in this card. You might want to just mark the calendar, because it really doesn't happen very often, you guys. I don't do that very often. Okay, so apparently that 1.2 nanoseconds of leaving that open made it decide it wasn't going to work. Come on now. There we go. Now, if you are feeling gutsy, you could, in fact, adhere your cardstock to some of our adhesive sheets and cut these out, but I like to be able to wiggle these when I'm trying to put them over the top of my die cut. You see, I'm trying to line them up, and that would be hard to do if they were straight up sticky, okay? So by being a little not so sticky, it gives me a half a minute to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, so you just have to be easy. Don't get carried away with your liquid glue. Liquid glue is like the world's best adhesive. It's very, very sticky, and a very little goes a very long way. So be easy. You can always put more on as you get along in your gluing, but if you get too much, it does kind of want to go everywhere. Correct, Jolene, there is also not really a collage. I wouldn't call what is on the front of my card a collage at all. Good catches. You guys know me so well. Okay, let's see. And here's the final one. Obviously, you could do any color combination. When you do these die cuts, you get a bunch of everything. So you could mix and match this however you want. This was just the color scheme that appealed to me. Okay, now I'm going to just tell you a little trick. These little guys right here, there's 2 of these flowers on this die cut. There's one right here, and there is one right here. What's interesting is this one has the same orientation as the little die cut. The other one is opposite. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to adhere this so that the little 3-prongy doos, line up right there. Okay, and the rest of these areas are not going to line up. So I'm just going to snip them out. Okay. Just snip them out. Just snip them away. Hey, Roz. Hey, Denise. Ah, Jolene. Yes, it has been a minute. Okay, let me make sure I do the right one. Okay, so we're gonna snip right there. And I'm gonna snip right here. And just take that right out. You don't need it, it's just extra and it'll show. And if you're like me, that will drive you crazy. You won't like it. So get rid of it. If it's extra and you don't need it, get her gone. That's what I say, get her gone. But don't get this little guy gone. You don't want him gone. So I'm gonna just do that like so, okay? And then I'm gonna put that back on top just to see what else I need to cut. Remember, what I'm doing is lining up these little prong doohickeys, okay? So I'm gonna take out this part right there. Now, I don't know if they meant to do it that way or not, but that's the way this die cut ended up, so we will make it work, because you know why? Because it's just paper, y'all. It's just paper. Make it do what you want it to do. And now that it is prepared, fully prepared, resistance is futile, preparation is futile. We'll put a little bit of liquid glue on the flower and adhere it to what is left. It's still not perfect, but that is okay. It's gonna be fine. Nobody is really gonna see it, especially after we put our sentiment in the middle. Okay, so now the rest of them are really pretty straightforward. So we'll just go ahead and glue these up. Hey, Karen. I could flip it over, and I did think about that, but you know, let me just show you why I didn't do it. I'm gonna hold this up and see if I can get close enough for you to see. This is right side up, and this is right side down. And my eye can see the difference in that. I really toyed with it a long time. If you don't see the difference, then just turn it upside down and glue it. But I saw the difference, and that was why I trimmed it, okay? So it's up to you what you do, whether it works for you as an upside down die, but to me, the edges of die cuts cup towards the back, right? So the front looks all rounded and finished, and the back to me looks like the back of a piece of cross stitch. So it didn't work for me. If it works for you, do it. Just do it. It will be your beautiful, beautiful creation. All right, oh, I should have put this on the other side. All right, and see that side, this side just lines up as pretty as can be. Just as pretty as can be. It's so pretty. All right, and then we'll do one of these little guys. Now apparently I lost one, so I do have a little stash of these little guys, so not to fret. It is raining like a booger right now. I don't know that I thought it was going to rain today. Well, I mean, I guess I did. We knew it was. I suppose we knew it was, but I didn't know it was going to be quite so enthusiastic about it. We just did our walk around, our last walk with the dog, and my feet were soaked. Okay, here we go. So one more. See what I did is I kept out the wrong extra flower. We'll put him away and get this one inked up. Not inked, it's not ink, Mary, it's glue. All right, you guys, I have something that's on my blog tomorrow. So apparently, you know, so Super Bowl, you've maybe heard of that, the big game is tomorrow. And because of COVID, they're only letting, so apparently there's like 50,000 seats in the stadium down in Florida, in Tampa. And they're letting 30,000 human people in. No, 20,000 human people in, and 30,000 cardboard cutouts. Fine. But I learned this today. Apparently, for the small sum of just $100, you can send them a digital picture of you or your kid or your dog or your pony, and they will print it out and put it on the head of a cardboard cutout. So for just $100, a picture of you can go to the football game. I was like, what? Wait, what? I couldn't even, I mean, I can think of so many better things to do with $100 than send a picture of myself to a football game. But I mean, what do I know about anything really much? Okay, so this card is going to go like so on the bigger card, and I'm just going to adhere this, my prepared heart, with some liquid glue. See, liquid glue is getting a lot of play. So, don't send any cards to Mary. No, no, no. Trust me when I tell you, the only cards that I inspect with that level of scrutiny are my own. They are only my own. And in a few years, I won't be able to see very well, so I won't know the difference anyway. All right, here we go. And we'll just stick that on. And by putting the card kind of in place on the rest of the card, I can see where everything is going to go and make sure that nothing is overlapping inappropriately. You don't want any inappropriate overlappage. That's never good. Okay, now we'll put that aside and he can dry for a second. And I'll pull out my Rococo Rose, and we're going to stamp this little set that says, "You are always in my heart," in the middle of this little heart right here. Now this heart is actually the negative space of the big floral heart, okay? So when you cut these out of, if you wanted like this white floral outline, keep the middle. Just trust me on that. Keep the middle. Wouldn't even do that for Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, the $100. I know. See, this is my theory. You pay the $100 and you still haven't gone to the game, right? So, I'm thinking you could buy a lot of wings, a lot of little pigs in blankets, and pizza to enjoy the game at home with that $100. All right, so I'm just pulling it to me just a little bit to try to make it as straight as I possibly can. Gonna hold it a beat to make sure I get a good image, and I did. Yay! Yay! Yes, like feeding anything. Anything. Okay, oh, you know what? I totally lied to you guys. I totally lied. Guess what I lied about? Yes, I did use dimensionals. I almost forgot. I should have realized that that was just crazy talk. Not use dimensionals. Come on. Although I did see a picture of a pig in a cockpit of an airplane today, so apparently pigs have flown recently, so it could have happened, but not today. I managed to find one place to use some dimensionals on this card. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to use my third hand here and line this up right in the middle of the negative space. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take a few, oops, made a big mess. I got a few opal rounds that I'm going to put on, but I'm not going to do it quite yet because I want to put a little bow. And you know what, just so you know, I did actually make a bow first in the Blushing Bride. This is from the Snail Mail Twine combo pack. And I did make a Blushing Bride bow, and I did not like it as much. The white just worked better with the whole card front. So we're going to put it right there like that with a glue dot. And you can tell I'm getting to the bottom of my glue dots. That one has one on there, but it's all stuck up. All right, we'll get rid of that. Oh no, there is thread. Oh yes, 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 there's thread. Yeah. It needed it. It just needed it, y'all. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, and now we'll put a couple of little opals on. Come here now. Come here, you. I like these little opals. They're so pretty. They're pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna put a couple down here like that. Okay. All right, and that is the card front. Now, let's go ahead and make our innards. We'll get the innards done. And I just have a piece of basic white. Now, this inside is so close lengthwise as it is top height-wise, that you need to be sure when you're getting ready to stamp that you have everything lined up the way it is supposed to go, okay? So probably best if you pull your card out and just make sure that you are doing it the right way, because it would be very distressing to do it all wrong, right? Okay, so that is the way we want it to go, just like that. Just like that. And then we're going to stamp another sentiment in Rococo Rose. Rococo Rose. Aw, well, I'm sorry about that. I don't know that I've even used any Maryisms tonight. I think I've been Maryism-less. All right. And I'm going to just try to get that as straight as I can get it on here. And I'm not going to rock because I see that I have managed to get ink on my block. There we go. Whew. Oh my goodness, the stress, the stress. Okay, now I've got one of the little flowers. This is one of my favorite flowers, so I used it. And I'm going to stamp the outline image in Rococo Rose. And I'm gonna do one down here in this corner. And one up here in this corner. And if in a fit of incredible efficiency, I am going to do my envelope front as well. I'm not going to stamp in the corners because that's where stamps and stuff go. Okay, there we go. Now I'll put that up, get rid of my Rococo Rose. Hey Jamie, appreciate you joining. And I'm going to pull out my Blushing Bride. And I've got a fill image that I'm going to ink and stamp off once. And then fill, trying to get up top of it just enough that I can be sure I'm in the right spot. There we go. This is a really, you know, sometimes two-step stamps are a little hard to get lined up, but this one, you know what, I'm not even going to say that until I am completely done stamping, because that's just a sure way to get out of the middle of where I want it to be. There we go. And we'll do it on here as well. See, there's a little thing I like to call, don't rush your fences. And you don't rush your fences by saying silly things that might anger or at least amuse the stamping gods. Okay, what I was going to say before I stopped myself is this particular image, especially if you use the outline image in a darker color and then the fill image in a little bit lighter color, it's really quite easy to line it up, okay? I mean, that's pretty perfect, and I can say that now because I'm done with it. If I had said it before then there's no telling what would have happened. Hi, Debbie from Southwest Michigan. I'm betting you're chilly. Just thinking you're probably chilly tonight. All right, and we will mat this on hair sand. I really, really, really love this color combination. I have to say, I really love it. All right. There we go. And then we'll put this on the inside of the card, like this. This is a very good fun fold. You just have to let your brain not get freaked out by the fact that the fold is the wrong direction here, okay? Just chill, woosah. Just woosah a little bit. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put liquid glue on the back of this card. And we're going to slide that in like so, and then just kind of center it on the larger card, okay? So I'm making sure I have about equal distance from here to there, and here to there, and from here to here, and here to there. Okay? And again, that is why I would definitely use liquid glue here so that you can play with it if you need to. And there is your fun fold card, all done. Now all I'm going to do is add a little bit more of the Love You Always Specialty DSP to the envelope flap. And we'll be done, Oh, hey, Karen. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you are here. I probably need to put this on the envelope flap before I fussy cut it. See what happens when you see a squirrel. Squirrel. Okay. And then we'll give this a little bitty fussy cut. And we will be done with a perfect friendship card, Valentine's Day card, even a Valentine's Day, depending on, you know, how friendly you are with your friend. Okay. And there you go. Not real sure. I would guess I'd call this a double flap fun fold. Not sure. Double card fun fold. But I like how that looks. It fits nicely into your basic envelope and is a very happy thing to come out of a mailbox, I think. All right, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a go, and I hope to see you on Thursday on my YouTube video at 1 o'clock. Thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you watch it. Enjoy the commercials if that's what you watch it for, or, you know, the pigs in a blanket. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.